morning, everyone. Today we're going to discuss why teens should keep access to contraceptives, whether it's oral or just regular birth control like the Depo shots, or even something simple as condoms. How many of you have had the birds and bees talk with your parent, guardian, or just an adult in your household? It's awkward, right? It's not something that we're comfortable doing. It's an awkward topic. How would you feel if at a young age you no longer had access to these contraceptives? That would not be safe. We wouldn't feel comfortable with that because as teenagers, many are sexually active, and taking that safety away from them puts them at risk. It makes them, you're taking away their control over their own sexual health, and I don't feel that would be safe for anyone, for the parent, for the children, even for the child. As shown in this graph, teen birth rate decreased tremendously from 1960 to 2020. As shown on this graph, teen birth rates have tremendously decreased from 1960 to 2020. According to the Teen Births in the United States overview and recent trends, they discuss that the teen birth rate is at an all-time low from 2007 to 2023 with a 68% decline. I do want to provide some basic background as to what is defined as a teen birth rate. So the CDC defines teen birth rate as a number of live births per 1,000 females from age 15 to 19 years old. So it's a lot shorter of a range than I personally thought. I did think it was going to be a broader range, but it's not as large as I thought it was going to be. These do all include the racial groups, ethnic groups, and all U.S. states. So here it's going to show the inclusion. So here we have the Hispanics, the African Americans, the total, whites, Asians, etc. So as you can see, it's not just one race, one ethnic group, one state. It is a broad total of all of them, and it's going to be the actual birth rate, not the pregnancies, but the actual birth. Now, research does also show that birth rates are higher in rural areas than in urban areas. So it does include all the above, but there's of course going to be a higher rate in different ethnic groups, different cities, states, whatever it is. Like here it does show that African Americans originally had the highest trend of birth rates. And then we're back down here. It looks like the Hispanic and African Americans do lap over a little bit. But there are many factors that play into the decrease in the birth rate, such as the educational or labor opportunities. So the more educational opportunities and labor opportunities that teens have, the less likely they are going to be a teen mom. They're not going to be pregnant. But the major one is having access to contraceptives. So it does show that per the CDC and NCHS studies, it shows from 1990 to 2019, teen birth rates decreased due to the contraceptive use, the proper use. Some of you might ask, why wouldn't taking away contraceptives prevent teens from having sexual intercourse or just sexual activity in general? That's not true. Unfortunately, as much as we wish that would be the case, that's not. Teens are still going to do that. Teens are still going to have sexual intercourse. And taking away the opportunity of having safe sex is only going to cause teen pregnancies, STDs. It's just going to harm the teenagers as well as the child if they do have a live birth. Now, teen pregnancies also cause a lower education and a lower income because teens who are pregnant tend to drop out. Per ACLU studies, taking away contraceptives do not increase sexual intercourse, and providing it is not going to increase students having sexual intercourse or teens in general. ACLU studies show that when providing condoms to students in school without notifying parents, they are less likely have had sexual intercourse before that instance, while other schools who do not provide contraceptives such as condoms, they are more likely to have had sexual intercourse previously to using a condom. Now, this study is not related to the ACLU study, but it does show, and I want you to think about it, how having free birth control does affect the population of teen pregnancy. So here we're going to see that the yellow is going to be the United States, and these are going to be the choice. So you have the option of free birth control. We're going to have the birth rate, the pregnancy rate, as well as the abortion rate. So the more likely they are to have access to free birth control, the less likely they are going to have a teen pregnancy or an abortion. Now, providing contraceptives for teens creates a safer future. This increases the teen birth rate, STDs, and teens will more likely graduate and continue their education. If we stop providing contraceptives, teen pregnancy will rise, STDs and other health risks will increase, teens will be more likely to drop out and will not be financially stable as shown here. So statistics show that 1 in every 3 girls get pregnant at least once before they're 20. Research shows that about 30% of teenage girls who have dropped out said that the pregnancy was the main reason. So that's going to take away their job opportunities, which is going to cause a decrease in income, which is not safe for the parents or for the baby. So now we do need to protect and take action. Schools should supply contraceptives and should provide information on how to use said contraceptives. Schools should also make such education more realistic and take it more seriously. Because yeah, students of course are gonna make it all fun and games, they're gonna make fun of it, but it is extremely important for students to understand the safety of contraceptives and being safe when it comes down to STDs. So let's keep our kids